If I were to speak on what healthcare means to me, I would have to speak for hours. As an Indigenous person living in Canada, I have stories from my entire life on how it has failed me. So for the sake of time, I'll just talk about when I was homeless. I was living on the streets for 2 years at this point, mainly sleeping on the busy streets of our entertainment district. I had a good group of friends and we all looked out for one another. It was the first time I had felt safe in years. That's when I got diagnosed with HIV. Newly diagnosed and on the street, I was weary of starting treatment and worried about what it would do to my body. I had only been diagnosed for a few months when I found out I was pregnant with my child. Being an addict, alcoholic, and homeless, I didn't think I'd be a good parent. I didn't change much of my lifestyle at first. I didn't think I'd be keeping the baby. I was planning on aborting because I didn't believe in myself. I kept drinking and using because I didn't care. When I decided to keep my child, the clinic I was accessing, HIV and prenatal care group, they kept pressuring me to join a study. The study would involve taking extra blood from me during my checkups, as well as blood from my baby when they were only 3 days old. They would also keep their umbilical cord for however long they saw fit. This made me extremely uncomfortable. It made me feel scared. What would they do with this information? Why did they need so much for my baby when they were so new, so fresh? I didn't feel informed. Starting on my recovery journey, I started to distance myself from my friends. I spent 3 days alone in a doorway going to withdrawals for my baby. I remained unhoused for the majority of my pregnancy. I found dry places to sleep, often alone. I had to distance myself from my friends and community because the block was no longer safe for me to sleep. I was getting harassed by men trying to buy me once I had started showing. With the rainy season back in effect, it was hard to find dry places to exist. Making money became impossible since no one wanted to help a homeless pregnant girl. Trying to stay sober made it hard to be around most of my friends. The times I would access services for food, clothing, internet, and healthcare were bombarded with calls from the clinic. I never stopped throughout my entire pregnancy. They were very persistent with me, and my outreach workers had to step in and say no on my behalf because they would never listen to me. There was a lot of factors that put me farther from my community and services, but at the end of the day, what pushed me farthest was the clinic. I was so scared that when I went for a checkup, they would take blood from me without my permission. I was so scared that when I had my child, they would pressure me to join the study when I was drugged up. They had searched for me on foot on the block. I had no safe place to stay or be, so I went farther to hide it.